Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers and sovereign thinkers. This is L3's newest podcast. My name is Craig, and I am documenting this episode within the beautiful swampy mangroves of South Florida. Today is Saturday, March 29, 2014. Very cloudy day. Can't see the sun. But that's how it goes. Mother Nature at its best. Have your beautiful days and your cloudy days. Well, it's not very dark, but it's just it's all good here. And today I'm going to be doing a few topics. First one here, you can say, is related to technology, and it's entitled Google Glass Partnership, What It Means for Privacy. This was written yesterday by Olivia Campbell. I will narrate this and give you my view, including the rest of these topics I want to try to crunch in here. Alright, so let's begin. Google Glass announced it's joining forces with eyewear giant Luxottica, the makers of Trayvon and Oakley, to design, develop, and distribute innovative, iconic wearable devices. Google Glass is essentially a hands-free smartphone offering users the ability to take pictures, surf the web, and check the weather, all with glass minimalistic touchpad. When introduced last year, the product raised instant privacy concerns, which that is linked from yesterday's story. Google is not only company innovating their technology in a way that deteriorates privacy. Facebook recently announced their deep face facial recognition software and match faces with near human accuracy. Facebook can say with 97.25% accuracy whether photos contain a specific face. Humans can perform the same task with 97.53% accuracy. The combination of the two has the ability to create a rather dire privacy situation. If Google Glass technology is implemented on normal everyday glasses, people will be able to snap silent pictures of you without your knowledge. Snapshots can then be uploaded to Facebook, where deep face identifies you with better accuracy than a human seamlessly. Ironically, this will help your online and offline privacy. Pushing forward with these technologies will ultimately hurt, not help, Google and Facebook businesses. Why? Because we value our privacy. In the past, having privacy has been a sort of like breathing. We've always been taking it for granted. This is no longer true. As companies continue to violate our privacy on and offline, consumers will fight back with more gusto than ever before. People have already deserted the conventional, convenient ways they once knew in favor of more private online experience. Stats don't lie. Private search engine DuckDuckGo more than doubled its search queries in 2013, and ad blocking tools are now the most popular browser extension on the web. Clearly, they value online-offline privacy and will seek out tools to protect their personal, private information, especially when it can be accessed and used without their permission in the real world. Google Glass pushes privacy envelope, that's for sure. But beyond privacy, the whole premise is just too much. We have become so lazy that taking our smartphones out of our pockets has become inconvenient. Pockets have become inconvenient. A line has been drawn somewhere or else with face, becoming literally one with technology. To me, Google Glass is that line. That said being, Ray-Ban and Oakley are in brilliant can't-lose situation here. Either they sell more Google Glass or sell more sunglasses. Which do you think will happen? That was written, again, by Olivia Campbell, which on the online privacy blog, I'llbuy.com. I will put this on my post. And, yes, my friends, it is very, lot of catch-22s. It can be used for enhance humanity or enslave. The question I have for the Google Glass, is it cancer-proof? Because when we use our cell phones and our computers, it does have like some microwave energies, electromagnetic intercepts. So will the Google Glass have the same ratio as the laptop and the cell phone? That's the question I have. And of course, Facebook and Google, the founders, like Mike Schmidt, is it Mike Schmidt? Or Thomas Schmidt, or Mr. Schmidt from Google, is a member of the Bilderberg group, and of course Zuckerberg from Facebook and a few of the other folks are involved with the Council of Foreign Relations and Bilderberg also. And I want to try to put those links on there for members when I have that chance. I'm going to add it to my memo. So that's one thing people got really challenged is privacy. And DuckDuckGo is a good search engine. I will say that. And of course, even Abine has Don't Track Me Now, which that's pretty effective too. So there are technology and encryption is going to be a big battle for this upcoming decade, 2 or 3. All right. And even with the younger generation, we should always teach them these fine values we have on privacy concerns, because that's considered an inalienable right. And that's why when I use Facebook, Twitter, Google+, I'm not going to tell you about my personal life or who I'm seeing or when I'm going to scratch my testicles, excuse me, but I'm just being a little sarcastic, or when I'm going to take a bath, etc. I've always used it to send out information to all my colleagues, followers, etc. So I will always recommend know your limits, and the only way to stop Google Glass is people not buying it. And in addition, expect a lot of tech fiends will create a filter or an encryption that will counter the Google Glass partnership, the Google Glasses and other technological products. Because remember, every so-called great gadget has a flaw. Why? Because it's created or invented by whom? Human beings. All right, my friends. Okay, this next one I want to be hitting here is from Newsmax. Came out yesterday afternoon, and it was written by Joe Battaglia from Newsmax.com. And it's entitled, Kobe Bryant Takes Heat for Refusing to Blindly Support Trayvon Martin. I will proceed. Basketball star Kobe Bryant is at the center of a social media firestorm after suggesting in a magazine article that the widespread support for Trayvon Martin was premature and that without facts he refused to show support for the slain teen solely because he's African American. In an interview with Ben McGrath, in a March 31st issue of The New Yorker, a 35-year-old Los Angeles Lakers guard discussed an array of topics ranging from his unusual upbringing to winding down of his basketball career. When Bryant was 6, he moved with his family to Italy so that his father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, could pursue a professional basketball career in the European leagues. When the family returned to suburban Philadelphia some years later, Bryant struggled to re-assimilate as an Italian-speaking black teenager. In the article, Bryant said the social adjustment was made difficult by his growing up a little differently. He combined with blacks having their own way of talking, and I really had to learn 2 languages in order to fit in. Kids are cruel. It's always been hard. Bryant added that an adult African-American athlete, there's always a struggle to step outside of the box people try to put you in. When asked by McGrath to expound on that in relation to the Miami Heat's show of solidarity with Martin in a viral photo tweeted by LeBron James in March 2012, Bryant ruffled liberal feathers. I won't react to something just because I'm supposed to, because I'm an African American, Bryant said. That argument doesn't make any sense to me. So we want to advance as a society and a culture, but say if something happens to an African American and we immediately come to his defense. Yeah, you don't want to talk about how far we've progressed as a society. Well, if we progress as a society, that don't jump to somebody's defense just because they're African American. You sit and you listen to the facts, just like you would say and in any other situation, right? So I won't assert myself. At no point has Bryant voiced support for George Zimmerman, the former neighborhood watchman who claimed self-defense in February 2012 confrontation with Martin in a gated community where he was visiting his father and father's fiancée. In July 2013, Zimmerman was found not guilty in shooting death of Martin following a racially charged trial. 2 days after the verdict, Bryant posted this to his Instagram account. This is Kobe Bryant. There's a photo of that. Pretty nice photo, too. Very nice photo. Nevertheless, Bryant has incurred wrath from left, both in print and on Twitter, following his New York comments mediated reports. At peace at the Urban Daily slammed Bryant for being a jerk, adding, over the span of Kobe Bryant's career, we've seen him do and say some very smug, cavalier, and even cornball things at times, but the comments that he made regarding the Miami Heat support after Trayvon Martin was killed by far takes the cake. The term cornball is refused to disparage blacks for acting white. Najee Ali, director of Project Islamic Hope, which is HOPE, angrily called for a boycott of Bryant. African American youth should no longer buy Bryant's jerseys or shoes and should boycott all products he endorses. Ali said in the statement to Fox News, Bryant doesn't identify with the struggle that our African American youth face nationally. So why should we continue to support Bryant, who has never truly identified with African American experience? Roland Martin, hosting and managing editor of News One Now, was also critical of Bryant on Twitter. Remember when at Jim Brown NFL 32 took heat for blasting at Kobe Bryant? Jim knew that he was talking about. Kobe is clueless about Trayvon Martin. This was documented from Roland Martin, March 27, 2014. Let's just call it what it is. Went to the Michael Jordan school. Don't say jack. Don't do jack. Just cash checks. Man, please. That's him again. Bryant called in to Martin's show on Thursday to further discuss his comments and took Twitter to defend myself. Trayvon Martin was wrong. That's my opinion, and that's what I believe the facts showed. The system did not work, in my opinion. That's Kobe Bryant on the 27th, 2014. Bryant further his response to critics on Instagram Thursday, posting, I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation that they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, unquote. That was written by Martin Luther King Jr. Jeff Courier, host of the LA-based public television program Ringside Politics, defended Bryant, said he regrets that as a man of color, Bryant has faced a torrent of criticism from civil rights activists and other guardians of racial animosity for daring to possess an independent thought or take a contrarian position. Bryant is not confused. He just wants to judge situations on the basis of the facts, not race. Courier wrote on BayouBuzz.com on Friday, if more people adopt such an attitude, possibly race relations would not be such a precarious state today. I have to give respect Mr. Bryant on this. There's things I don't really know. I know, even though in the NBA they flash these people as celebrities and heroes, so forth. But on the contrary to this, I can relate to Kobe Bryant on particular cases like these because we don't exactly know what happened. And this was a horrific and morose case. regardless what side you're on. The exploitation really hurts people and it affects credibility. We've all been swindled. A lot of us been swindled in those areas. Because I remember the time when William Mazzano shot the gentleman on motorcycles getting chased by the cops, and it was in an Overtown section of Miami, and a big riot broke out, and they said, "Oh, William Mazzano's guilty. He's guilty. He's guilty." Same thing happened with the Rodney King case, the very first case, and of course the whole O.J. Simpson and the criminal areas all have been racially divided. It's like tribal convictions. It should never, ever be like that. The reason why, like such as those particular cases, O.J. Simpson, for example, has nothing to do with money, but credibility. Are the witnesses 100% honorable? That's what happened with this particular case against George Zimmerman, which he is Hispanic and his great-grandfather was African descent as well. But they only had to use the race card, black, white, black, it's like, and so forth. It's like a little game of tribal politics. And of course, you got the race baiters with their rhetorical deception, and everything backfired. I have to really respect Kobe Bryant on this. And I'm not a Lakers fan either. And if people kind of crucify a man, call him a cornball, it's like calling him an Uncle Tom. It's absolutely unacceptable. I'll say this: everyone should go type in Dr. Walter Williams, an African black man, very logical, and look up profile. You'll find it pretty interesting. All right, next step here. This is from Yahoo News which is via AFP. Got this a few hours ago, and it's entitled "Brazilians Say Women in Revealing Clothes Deserve Rape." And it's from Rio de Janeiro. And who wrote this? I have no idea. I will look for it. And it says here, in Brazil, the land of mini bikinis and voluptuous carnival dancers, most people say a woman who shows up for body deserves to be raped, according to a poll that has triggered outrage. Of the 3,810 respondents of both sexes who responded to the Government's Institute of Applied Economic Research, IPEA, survey released this week, about 2,480, which is 65%, justified raping women who wear clothing that shows off the body. And 58.5% of respondents also agree that if women knew how to behave, there would be fewer rapes. Most of May-June polls responded, 66.5% were women. Brazilian women, and some men too, promptly reach angrily on blogs and social media to the study's findings. Journalist Nana Quiroz launched an online protest event on Facebook that women to take pictures of themselves topless while covering their breasts, accompanied with the phrase, "I don't deserve to be raped." Around 2300 GMT Friday, which is general time, about 20,000 women simultaneously posted their photographs online. Results were posted on the Tumblr microblogging platform at Naomir Karistubra Parada. Okay, at tumblr.com. Grizzle 28 says she received several threats of rape while she led the protest online. More surprisingly, thing that it is permissible to walk naked in the carnival, but not in real life, Quiroz told AFP. The study revealed a well-known Brazilian paradox in which a cult-like conception with the body and sensuality clashes with society's dominant conservative Catholicism. President Dilma Rousseff also criticized the poll's results, saying government-run studies show that Brazilian society still has a long way to go. It also shows that the government and society must work together to tackle violence against women inside and outside the home, she said on her Twitter account. Last year, Rousseff signed a law aimed at protecting victims of sexual violence. The Catholic Church criticized the law, saying it marked the first step toward broader legalization of abortion in the country, with the world's biggest Catholic population at 123 million. During the 2010 presidential campaign, Rousseff had flinched under Christian churches' pressure and vowed in writing she would not decriminalize abortion, in a move that disappointed feminists and some fellow leftists. Abortion is currently only allowed in Brazil in cases of rape within 8 weeks of pregnancy or when mother's life is in danger. That's a real shame when you have under 4,000 respondents trying to represent all of Brazil. This is very nefarious by saying women who dress in these outfits deserve to get raped. They don't even know what the term rape is. I tried to do my homework on this to find out what rape is in Brazil, in the Brazilian law is, and I couldn't really find it. But if anyone can, please send it to me on my Spreaker page. I'll be great under the comments to this episode. However, under the Black Laws Dictionary, lawdictionary.org, what is rape? In the criminal law, the unlawful carnal knowledge of a woman by a man forcibly against her will. You should put that with men as well, also. But still, that's not a fetish. It's violating someone's space. So if you say if you're going to wear those certain people wear certain clothes, they're going to get raped, you should get a good punch in the mouth. You can tell them I said so, in good faith. It is dead wrong for what they said. And I have some friends of mine that live down there agreed it was disgusting. Yes, it was a nefarious comment. And hopefully, people they love that dress like that, if they get raped, won't have that same mentality. So, it is a real shame. Alright, well, I'm going to hit this last one. This happened actually today. I just posted today. And it was written by David Oval from the Miami Herald. It's entitled Ultra Security Guard in Extremely Critical Condition After Being Trampled by Gate Crashers. After security guard was viciously trampled by party crashers at the Ultra Music Festival, city leaders on Saturday swiftly called for an end to the immensely popular downtown Miami event. The 28-year-old contemporary service corporation guard Erica Mack is now hospitalized at Jacksonville Memorial Hospital after suffering severe brain hemorrhaging. She was in critical condition but stable condition on Saturday night. Just hours before Friday night stampede, police had inspected the perimeter of the event at Bayfront Park and called for additional fencing at the spot where the guard was later injured, but no additional fencing was added. The 3-day electronic music event, which is expected to tally over 60,000 revelers, continues Sunday. Now it is the 16th year and amid boom in the popularity electronic music. Ultra has been criticized in the past for rowdiness, drug use, and an increase in traffic to downtown. Miami Mayor Thomas Regalado said Ultra organizers acted irresponsibly by failing to properly secure the venue. I think we should not have Ultra next year, Regalado told the Miami Herald on Saturday. This incident should have never happened. Miami Commissioner Mark Sanoff agreed, saying he has long complained about rampant drug use at the event. Last year, a young man died of drug overdose and the possibility of trampling. I feel horrible for her, Sanoff said on the injured guard. We knew better, and we should have done better for her. Spokeswoman for Ultra declined to comment on Saturday night. Representatives of CSC could not be reached for comment. The tragic episode took place about 8 p.m. on Friday at a section of the fence in the southeast 1st Street and Biscayne Boulevard. near an area used to store heavy equipment and supplies for the festival. The mob storming the fence did not have tickets, which was about $400 for general admission. The guard has been posted to the fence and may have been trying to hold the unruly crowd back when she was overrun, said Miami Fire Rescue spokesman Ignatius Carroll. Mack also suffered a broken leg and was seen with blood coming out of her ears as paramedics treated her at the scene. Security along the perimeter has been perennial concern at the event, which is open its gates to the public about 4 p.m. on Friday. According to law enforcement sources, 2 hours before the gate opened, police broadcast on radio that additional fencing was needed at the same spot where the guard was ultimately trampled. None was put up. The breach happened at a spot of chain link fences at the Southeast 1st Street and Biscayne Boulevard. At the time, the zone did not feature sturdier, unclimbable portable fencing and used in other areas around the festival. Miami's homicide unit, which investigates all non-fatal attacks and deaths, is now looking for witnesses to the episode, said Miami police spokesman Delrish Moss. No one has been charged in connection to Max trampling. An event brings in millions in tourist revenue and helps pay for the Bayfront Park Trust, which maintained the venue. The president of Miami's police union, Javier Ortiz, said he had complained to the city about shortage of police officers at Ultra. Festival organizers pay the trust, which in turn supplies fencing, security guards, and uniformed police officers. Civilians do not have the training experience or authority to handle, for the most part, a crowd of intoxicated people who have zero regard for human life, Ortiz said. The poor woman who was injured was put in a dangerous position, left to fend herself against an overwhelming crush of people. On Friday night and early Saturday, police arrested 22 people. Of those, 15 people were arrested on felony charges Friday, according to Miami Police press release. 6 more were arrested on misdemeanor charges, while 1 was arrested for traffic violation. The police department did not detail the exact charges for those people arrested. Last year, Miami police arrested 167 people during the festival for mostly drugs and trying to enter the event without paying. Well, first of all, we got to put our thoughts and our prayers to that CSC security guard, Erica Mack, for her and her family. That is essential. One thing about being a promoter in the entertainment industry, it's a real pain in the ass. And I say that respectfully. I've been doing shows like this for a little over 20 years. 25 years, I would say. Traveling merchant, fairs, festivals. And things like this do happen. Shutting it down isn't the way to go. We're saying, they're acting irresponsibly. A lot of these, I'm not defending ultra organizers, but you always want to see how you can make it better. I know the ultra organizers are going to be talking about this and how to get it more sturdy, more secure at the best of their ability. They're human beings. Expect this. And it's a real shame. But shutting it down, having it barred, I don't think so. I know there's some cases that a few accidents happen, but sometimes you gotta, always expect that as a stagehand. Hey, it'd be great if we shut down the Miami city government for being irresponsible, right? Or city government, hey, you guys are irresponsible. Shut you down. You're fired. Don't even show up. Or they'll say, "Oh my goodness," they'll be a whole different tone. But it's like I said, you're always gonna have people gonna find a way of breaking in, getting in for free, etc. It happened at Woodstock, 1969, and they made a movie about it. People crashed the festival. So I like to say this. Hopefully, I'm not a big fan of going to these festivals. I work them. hate going. Doesn't matter what music it is. I just don't feel like going. If it's a club, yeah, I can accept that. But big arena festivals, the only way I do is go in there or mingle with the bands or artists, etc. It's going to be, I doubt they're going to shut this down completely for next year. That would be a real careless move. Expect ultra organizers may have to pay a higher premium, a bond. You have to have an insurance bond for these festivals. That's just part of the game. So just put your thoughts out to Miss Mac. Hopefully she'll be fine. And people who love the Contemporary Service Corporation or CSC Security. Yeah, hey, they're human beings. Don't get me wrong. I bust their chops as well. I admit it. But they're human beings. So I learned to have a good relationship with these folks. And it's true. A lot of people they hire are like really don't have a clue. They need to be more. Hopefully in the future they could be a little bit more organized and do little apprenticeships, workshops for their staff, prepare themselves the best they can. Because, like I said, you got a bunch of cockroaches out there, man, that will hurt them as well. No worry, hey, I stood by some of these security guards myself. I know. I was a bouncer too. And I've worked these shows, so I know how it is. Always expect this. And like I said, put your thoughts out to Erica Mack. Hopefully she'll be fine, because it is horrible when you got a bunch of fans that don't really give a damn. All they want to do is see the damn show, and a lot of them may be drugged up, some of them are not. And see someone get hurt. That right there is contemptuous on those gate crashers. All right, my friends, that's all for now. And I thank you for listening. And you could, I will put all this information on my Spreaker page as soon as possible. And you can hit me on, of course, Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, and YouTube. I have no quotes today. It's okay. But, like as always, demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate societies. Until next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.